Is the Mac back? That's the question I want to ask here. Is Conor McGregor coming back? And listen, I know I've already made a video talking about how I believed Conor McGregor was done because, in my mind, if you are a normal human being, if you've already made a couple $1 million filming a movie for Amazon Prime that, although people say it's not that good, and listen, let me just say this right now, it is not the best movie. It's a fun movie. It reminds me of the early 2000s. That's when I grew up. That's why I kind of liked it. But it looks like we're getting a sequel to that, so I'm thinking right now, okay, Conor McGregor's probably not coming back. He made wasn't it like 20 million acting debut, the highest paid acting debut of anybody ever? Yeah, no, I thought we were done. But no. You see, after the whole press tour that the Roadhouse crew has to go on, Dana White says, we are officially back in negotiations with Conor McGregor. And first off, let's just bring this up really quick. You're telling me you had the entirety of the MMA community just assuming that you were in talks with Conor? I would give you... the MMA community probably wouldn't be talking about oiling you up, Dana. If you just came out and said, hey, yeah, no, we're not talking to Conor right now because Conor's doing a movie. We would understand that. But instead, you have us going through hoops, having us think that Conor McGregor was going to be on UFC 300. I mean, I had a guess he wasn't going to be the main event. But I mean, it would have helped a lot for you if you just openly said, yeah, no, Conor McGregor's not coming back because he's doing a movie. Instantly blameless. But now that the press tour is over, not Conor McGregor, Dana White's been doing press tours, being called Joe Rogan by some podcast host, talks about, yeah, no, we're officially back in negotiations with Conor McGregor. And, listen, there's a lot of sifty stuff that I believe is happening in this negotiations because Conor McGregor has said that he wants to do Saudi Arabian boxing, and listen, he will. I understand this, that we are nowhere near the end of Conor McGregor doing combat sports. I think we're near the end of him doing MMA, but I think he's going to be doing a lot of boxing matches purely because if Floyd Mayweather can make 20 million fighting some Saudi Arabian's son, yeah, no, probably he can do it too. But now, what's making this more interesting is a few days ago, Dana White posted on his story a small video of Conor McGregor doing a little walkout with the caption, coming soon over the top of it, tagging Conor McGregor and an account called Freak MMA. Now, when I immediately saw this, this is how desensitized I am to a Conor McGregor return and fight announcement because, for reference, Conor McGregor breaking his leg up till now is older than my entire content creation journey. The leg break of Conor McGregor predates any video I've made on any social media platform. That is how long it's been. So I've become so desensitized to it that I immediately thought that this was a brand collab. I thought for sure it was something like, oh, look, there's a new apparel company called Freak MMA. Hey, get your custom fight kits with Conor McGregor's name on the back. Only $450 on the UFC store. Absolute. I love the UFC, dog. The way they price gouge is absolutely insane. But apparently this is legit. And the reason I have to keep on saying apparently, because I am a part of the group of people, and I think that's most people now, definitely most of my fan base, that is a part of the group of, I don't believe a single bit of Conor McGregor news, fight announcement, anything, until I see Dana White sign off on it, and Conor McGregor sign off on it. And even Michael Chandler at this point, God rest his soul. I don't believe in any of it. But I do believe this is legit. I think we are going to be getting a fight announcement. Now, a lot of people are talking about how it's only going to be in 2 days because this would mark 11 years since Conor McGregor made his debut. I don't think it's that deep. Listen, we're talking about the UFC that completely just went blank brain on who they were going to be the main event of UFC 300 because they wanted Israel. So instead they took the main event of UFC 301, Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, copied and pasted it, and put it on UFC 300 and brought back Jose Aldo to save the 301 card. I've already made a video talking about that is 100% what happened. Pereira was never meant to be on that card. It was meant to be Israel Indricus. And before that, it was supposed to be Conor and Chandler, but then a whole bunch of other stuff happened. So, yeah, no, forgive me if I don't think the UFC, at least as of late, is on that type of timing. I don't think they care about the 11th year anniversary of Conor McGregor. I don't think they really care. I have said I do believe the announcement is going to come the week of UFC 300 or the week afterwards. Listen. Or if Francis Ngannou announces something crazy. I have found that the UFC, especially now, what they tend to do is they either wait for a week in combat sports that there's absolutely nothing going on, which the time around UFC 300 in combat sports is kind of a dead zone because nobody wants to compete with UFC 300. So I could see a scenario where they wait until after UFC 300, the press of that blows over, and then they announce Conor McGregor. I can see that happening. Or, well, this is why I had the preface, or with something with Francis. Another thing that they like doing is if boxing ever decides they want to compete with the UFC, they will save some absolutely crazy announcement for that. Let me give you a reference. When Francis Ngannou announced that he was fighting Tyson Fury, Dana White came out the next day and announced that the BMF title was going back up for grabs, and it was going to be between Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier for the rematch. Chill, Dana. Like, there's two different types of Danas. There's the Dana White that we get normally, and then there's the Dana White we get when he actually has to compete with somebody. That's the guy that made the UFC as big as it was. We're starting to lose that guy, and it makes me sad. But another thing that we could be seeing is the UFC is not 100% sure. Now, why am I saying that? Because Conor McGregor still believes to this day that he is coming back International Fight Week. That is going to be off the top of my head because I don't have a laptop or notes. I'm going off the top of my head. That's going to be UFC 303, end of June. I do believe, absolute best case scenario, we are going to be seeing a Conor McGregor return in the month of June. Why am I not saying International Fight Week? The reason that I'm not saying International Fight Week is because another fight that's going to be on that card is UFC 302. 303 is an interesting card because a lot of people are lobbying to get onto it. 302 is kind of an interesting card because there's only one fight that is being rumored for it. And you could make this card, and you could even make Conor the main event. Understand, the problem that we're having with Conor right now is you can't put him as the main event spot with some fighters. We already know John Jones would say that he would never want to be the co-main to Conor by any means necessary. He wouldn't want to fight on the same card as Conor. Another fighter, that the reason that June is interesting, because this is another guy that wants to fight in this month, is Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev, no doubt, under the advice of Ali Abdelaziz, because Ali's pretty petty when it comes to Conor. Ali has said that he wants Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier to be the headliner of UFC 303 International Fight Week. The same card that Conor McGregor wants to come back on. This is what it tells me. Either Ali has some insider knowledge, and listen, Ali might. Listen, Ali's a weird dude, but Ali 100% knows shit that we don't. So either Ali knows something about a Conor McGregor comeback that could occur sometime in that area, and he's already trying to either disrupt it or ensure that his guy's the main event. Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. If you put Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, and at this point, I do believe that is going to be his comeback fight, unless something happens with Michael Chandler. You cannot put Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler over Islam Makhachev and Dustin Poirier. There is absolutely no case scenario that you could do that. However, one thing that you could do is you could keep Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier as the main event of UFC 303. And you can still get a comeback with Conor McGregor in June, but you're going to have to do it for June 1st. June is an interesting month in combat sports because it's one of the few months in the year where there's not one, but two numbered events in the same month. June 1st is UFC 302 in Newark, New Jersey. Now, listen, I get it. Conor McGregor in New Jersey, not the best comeback. However, understand this, it doesn't matter where we fucking put it, other than it's in the Apex, but at that point, I don't think Conor McGregor would even come back. It doesn't matter the venue. Conor McGregor making a comeback is going to sell well. And there's nobody that wants to be the main event of that card. However, there is somebody that wants to be the co-main of that card. And that is the rumored fight between Kamaru Usman and Sean Strickland. Kamaru Usman is also managed by Ali Abdelaziz. I can see this scenario that Ali is trying to ensure that one of his guys gets a main event spot on International Fight Week, one of the biggest weeks in combat sports of the year. And he's ensuring one of his other guys, Kamaru Usman, is going to get a payday on UFC 302. Two events that is in June, a month that Conor McGregor wants to come back. Both of them are getting paid, because I guarantee you Kamaru Usman has something crazy written into his contract. I've already talked about Kamaru Usman versus Strickland is a win-win scenario for both of them, because Strickland doesn't want to fight down the ladder, and Kamaru Usman might not want to go down the welterweight, and he gets a 5-round fight with Strickland. The only thing that you're missing is to getting the eyes to that event. The easiest way to do that, put Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler as the main event of UFC 302, New York, New Jersey. Co-main event, Kamaru Usman versus Sean Strickland, as you don't even have to sell it as an unofficial number one contenders bout. Just say the rematch. That's all you really have to do. And make that a 5-round co-main event, because Kamaru and Dana White can say some shit like, we're gonna make this a 5-round co-main because Kamaru Usman's the greatest of all time. Like, yeah, that's some other shit like that. I know that, like, that's also kind of cringy. But that's what you could do. Understand that that's the best case scenario. Conor McGregor's most likely not going to be at UFC 303 because unless he wants to forego the main event spot and give it to Islam, which I'm sorry, he's not going to do, I can see UFC 302. I mean, the biggest baller move that they could make is just move Islam Makhachev to New Jersey and just rebuild the card at International Fight Week with Conor McGregor. That would be the funniest move that they can make, but I think that's the least likely. But there you go. I just wanted to rant about the whole Conor McGregor situation. I haven't made a video in the past 2 days now. Just had to get some things worked out. I have a second YouTube channel that I'm thinking about launching later on. Just had to work out some of the kinks on there. But we're getting 2 videos today, and I'm going to get you guys a tier list either today or tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy those videos. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you're having a great day. And with that out of the way, adios, guys.